Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-game show. Brisbane versus Collingwood, the Easter Thursday showdown. We will call it. Massive game, arguably the game of the season thus far. Boy, are we in for a treat tonight. Hopefully the Pies can walk away with a win. 5-1 sounds very, very attractive and kind of gets me going. So that would be nice. That would be nice. We win those games, we bank them early, and we're talking top two contention as we move into the latter parts of the first half of the season. And more importantly, we roll into the Essendon versus Collingwood Anzac Day clash. So you'd have to admit with Brisbane, we're kind of their bogey side in recent years. And we hold some, they carry some demons when they go to bed in Collingwood, the grand final, the Easter clash last year. And also the last game Brisbane lost in the AFL was against us in the second final round of the 2024 home and away season. So they got some demons to address. Bobby Hill might have something to say about that. He kicked 3 or 4 goals in that corresponding fixture last year. Jamie Elliott had a good game as well in Brisbane. And it's the milestone man. 200 games at the ripe age of 32, 33. You have to say, 200 games at the age of 32, 33, you'd be thinking something must have gone wrong in this man's career to get to that milestone so late in his career. I don't know if you can call it late these days. He has overcome adversities. He's the epitome of what resilience looks like. Many times he's been plagued and been facing down the barrel of career-ending injuries, the back surgeries. As recent times goes by, we look back at the foot injury. There was every chance that he was going to retire and just call it a day. How are we all feeling? Are we nervous? Let's have a look. What are we saying? Predictions, get them in the chat. What are you hoping for? Let us know. We're going to be here till about 6:40, maybe 6:45. The sub comes out at 6:30, so we'll discuss that as well. Steve-O, as always, is in the chat. If there is a God, he will make sure we get the dub for Jamie Elliott, clutchest player of all time. Wouldn't mind a nice clutch game from Jamie Elliott, wouldn't we? In game 200. Pies getting their swag on tonight. Metro Boy says, I'm nervous. Me too, mate. A little bit nervous. It's game day. Good evening, Stefanos, Yasu. Brandon says Pies by 23 points. That sounds like something you'd take at this point in time. Yeah, good, says Big Bad Billy Frampton, LFG baby. Hey, Kruger's coming for his spot. I'm just kidding. But he might be. Mid-season draft. I don't know. Kruger's my guy, so. But Frampton's playing very well. Very, very well. I'm pretty sure when he played against Brisbane last year, Billy Frampton, he actually had quite a decent game. Were you surprised that Tim Membry was managed? Yeah, of course. He's listed as an emergency, which means he's not injured. He's literally being managed. But if there is a late out and that role requires a Tim Membry to fulfill that hole, then Membry will come back in. So it's not the worst thing. Brendan, how you going? Hi, mate. Go Pies. Let's go. Let's get on top of the ladder tonight, lads. Chris says, hey, Anthony, I'm a bit nervous about it tonight. Don't worry. I think we all share a similar emotion. But I'm excited more than anything. Welcome, welcome. Come through, come through. Jamie Elliott is my favourite player. He's close to mine as well. Brisbane are coming off a 5-day break as well, champ. Steve-O, you're the stat guy. You're the man. You know how to put my mind at ease because questions in the chat I can't answer. Guess what? Steve-O Sana 3922 has the answers. And just finding out that Brisbane are coming off a 5-day break. Who'd they play against? They played the Bulldogs in a very interesting clash. They were down by 39 points. And they end up coming back and winning. So they've been the comeback kings as of late. Shall we remind them about 22 and 23 and who the comeback kings really are? Shall we remind them about North Melbourne mid-year last year? Don't know if we can give them the comeback king crown just yet. And yeah, a 5-day break. We played on Friday, so we have had a 6-day break. They've had a 5-day break, and they played a tough game. I feel like our game wasn't as tough. The game sort of fizzled out in that last quarter, whereas Brisbane and the Doggies pretty much went to the death, didn't it? Big one, says Boomer. Go Pies. DC, 17 DC to have. What's that, Boomer? Say that again. Pies by 5 points. Close game. Mark says I'm 50-50 confident. So you're feeling a 50-50 type of way. I'm feeling like a 65-35 type of way in the way of Collingwood. Supercoach God, my man. You and Brizzy, mate. Also Pies by 13. Ned Long, 32 disposals and 120 plus Supercoach score. Is there a world Supercoach God where Ned Long comes in to a Supercoach side? How much is he worth right now? I mean, if he puts together another 120 plus game, the Supercoach experts like yourself going to be talking about Ned Long in review. Freddie Jong says, heading to Crown, watching and drinking, then I'll go to the main course, hope to celebrate. What tables will you be celebrating on, Freddie? You going, what are some games at the Crown that are really popular? Obviously, there's roulette. Can't remember all the names. There's one game in particular that I know a lot of people like, and it's quite high stakes. Anyways, I digress. Pasindu says I would rather sub to go at 3/4 time so he's right for Anzac Day. Fly was umming and ahhing in his press conference yesterday about the time on ground assignment for Jordan De Goey, so maybe he starts as a sub. I don't know if you want to be worried about someone's time on ground if they're starting the game. You'd almost make De Goey a sub if you're concerned about his time on ground. Like, what's he going to play? 65% then if he's not the sub? Wait, you can't be in Brizzy with the background. I'm going crazy. What's up with the lanyard? Good man. Good man. Yeah, this is the 2024 one. Don't worry. I got 2025 as well. I haven't changed. This is my work tag, so I just haven't changed it to this. You know what? I'll do it. Hold on. Because I reckon some of you might be looking at it and be like, dude, this guy's a 2024 member. He's a fake fan. Mwah. 2024. It represents hardship being a member in 2024. You know, when you're driving on the freeway or wherever it may be, and you see Richmond 2017, 2019, 2020, and then you don't see a Richmond membership for the last 4 years. That's just bandwagon of stuff, you know? That's just bandwagon of stuff. Or you see like a Melbourne 2021, but you haven't seen a bloody Melbourne membership on a car in the last 30 years. Maybe even longer. Come on, Cass, get this sorted. Now I'm going to make myself look like a fucking doofus here. Sort it out. See, look what you made me do, Supercoach God. God. I got thumbs for fingers. Come on. I'm not going to stop now. See, I'm going to persist till I get this because I don't quit. Winners don't quit. Oh, this is bad. I could be doing this for the next half an hour, and I'm committing to it. Come on, get in. All right, it's in. She's in. All right. Yeah, so I am in Melbourne Supercoach God. You can tell by the 280k, and I'm picking him up. He looks too good not to pick up. Okay, I'm going to have a look at my Supercoach after this. I actually remind me I do need to make sure I am up to date because I haven't done my draft or my Classic League yet. Long is in your side as well, Brandon. Scoring well and good, making good cash. So he's a bit of a cash cow, is he? He likes to play blackjack at Crown Casino and spot the Aussie, says Freddie Jong. Bang. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Get up, Collingwood supporters. Come on. Lift Geordie. We'll never start a sub. You might as well not play him, says Manny. Hello there, Manny. Need JDG on the ground, says, yeah, good. Ned Long, low-key, my favourite player now, says Nut Nugget, 23. Interesting name. We move. If it's a close match and we sub JDG on, it will give us a big boost. It'll be toast for Brisbane if you get Geordie De Goey coming in halfway through the third. I don't mind that. I'm not opposed to that. Half-eaten dim sim says we'll smash them by 212 points. I haven't had a dim sim in over 6 years. Severely overrated they are. They were like a primary school thing or a high school canteen type one. Steamed dim sim, soy sauce, you know. We have an 8-day break, says Peter, to Anzac Day. So give the GOAT 1.5 quarters and ease him back in. It's a good way to look at it. So what, Thursday going into Friday next week. Or you just go, fuck it. Let's just play to go in. Give him 8 days to recover. The new lanyards suck though. Feeling very cheap. They feel the same to me. They also look exactly the same. Supercoach God says, have you got the mainly black thin white strip scarf from this year? I do. It's just hanging over there. It's pretty minimalistic, isn't it? Ned Long will be the best player on ground tonight, says Chris. Hope so. Supercoach God been advertising Ned Long all week. Wish I could fit him in. Michali, I didn't know you were a Supercoach man. I don't mind repping membership gear from like 2017 and stuff at the footy if I can't find my new gear. I like that. It's got a vintage feel to it, doesn't it? Brisbane are due for a loss. I reckon we give it to them. I think the boys will live for Billy, says Peter. So much love towards him from the playing group this week. Nut Nugget says I was hyping up Ned Long before the Sydney game and it was well worth it. So, Steve-O says, sorry, can't message fat fingers. Supercoach God says, I said if my tweet got 50 likes, I'd VC'd Ned Long and got nearly 400 likes now. Must be done. I was about to go and give it a like, but seeing as it's already hit the threshold, you better loophole him. JDG, you know what? 400 likes almost warrants you picking Ned Long to be a captain. You know, show us your kahunas. Make him your skipper. Show me how big your balls really are, you know? JDG, 3 goals up forward tonight. Nick Dacos, Ned Long, Ed Allen, a future glimpse at a decade of midfield dominance, says Mick Saka. Add in Zach McCarthy. My God, is he something? He's something. Full send it to Goey and Dacos. 10 goals between them. Well, that's not 10 disposals, is it? Taco Thursday, says Peter G. Bit of Taco Thursday. Is it Taco Tuesday, though, no? Win tonight, we launch a top of ladder. These wins are what gets you top 4 spot. 100% Manny. You're punting on the VC. Punting VC on Nick Dacos. That's not a punt, Shane. That's safe as houses. Paul says, hi, Anthony. I'm a Collingwood supporter. Welcome. You've come to the right channel. How will our backs perform against Brisbane forwards tonight? It ultimately it's determined by how our pressure is applied further up the ground. Are we winning the midfield battle? Are we beating Hugh McLuggage? Are we beating Lockie Neal? Are we beating Josh Dunkley? If we don't do that, if it becomes a ground ball game in our D50, I'm concerned because we know our tools aren't great, particularly like a Billy Frampton at ground level, so that sort of worries me. But if we are defending from the front half, no dramas. Let's see. The boys are acclimatized, no excuses. Who are you tipping for sub, Anth? I think Ed Allen. What do you guys think for the sub? So we find out in 16 minutes. I think Ed Allen sub. I think Lockie Sullivan would be stiff to be the sub. I've made that very clear this week. I thought Lockie Sullivan was one of our best players when the game mattered, and that was in the first half. He didn't do anything wrong. He kicked the goal. He was linking and scoring chains. 15 touches, 6 scoring involvements. I mean, if you're ever going to reward someone for a great performance in the moments that it mattered throughout the game, then yeah. Brandon says, hoping to see somebody shut down McLuggage. He's in red hot form and could do some damage to us. He could do. He certainly could do. And he's swift going inside 50 as well, I tell you. We have a fantastic record for winning milestone games. You know what it is specifically, Stefanos? Perryman to play lockdown role on Lockie Neal? I don't know. Certainly, you could do a job on him in the stoppages once the game breaks. Oh yeah, I think Perryman's worthy of it for sure. So Chris thinks Ed Allen will be the sub. Manny says has to be Ed. Still think he's not up to it yet against good sides. Yeah, Ed Allen sub. I think Lockie was good early. Says Dim Sim. Steve-O says he guarantees it will be a high contested game tonight. Peter G says the Dacos boys have the new boots tonight. Looking flash, they may get 100 possessions between them. Brendan says, do you play Crisp on Lockie Neal? I just think based on where Crisp has been playing this year, Brendan, I think Crisp will remain on the wing. He's hardly playing in the midfield. He might attend a few centre bounces, but not a great deal. With too tall in defence, they only have Shipwood as a tall. Logan Morris is considered a tall. And then they've got Archie, who plays like a tall. That's what I'm saying, Mick. If the ball hits the deck, and they've got Bailey, Rayner, Lohman. I'm not sure if is Lohman playing. They've got some serious players. Once the ball hits the deck, and watch out for their forward 50 stoppages, I say. How did they go in their stoppage scoring against Western Bulldogs, who have arguably been the best stoppage scoring side in recent years with the likes of Bont, Treloar, Libba? Let's go Bulldogs, Brisbane. Yeah, so Brisbane scored 47 points from stoppages. The average is 32 in the league. It was a high stoppage game. Yeah, it was a high stoppage game. 47-43. 2 goals from kick-ins. You're lucky to get 1 goal from kick-ins in a game, so look to shut down Zane Dorko. Zane Dorko. Did I really just go there? Dane Zorko. They got killed from centre bounce. 28-12. Those are big numbers from the Bulldogs. So I reckon Collingwood will be licking their lips. At being able to convert from stoppages, particularly the centre bounce. Given how we've been going this year, let's have a look. Who's the number 1 centre bounce team? So Brisbane are second last in scoring from centre bounces. Collingwood are just below AFL average. How did we go against the game in Sydney? Because that's when it matters, because the difference between Sydney and the other games was Ned Long featured in the midfield the whole game. How did we go from centre bounce? We scored 21 points to 0. So not only we scored heavily from centre bounce, we defended extremely well by being, just winning the contest, right? 49 points from stoppage, while Sydney were only able to score 25. So I think that could be a real point of difference. The centre bounce dominance. Opposition averages. How many goals are Brisbane conceding from centre bounce? They're not conceding a great deal, but they were opened up against the Bulldogs. So yeah, a little bit of something there. Take that as you will. 12 minutes till we find out who the sub is. Dunkley will go to Nick Dacos. Conditions will be perfect for Nick's bodyguard tonight. Nick will be able to run him off. Ned Long will look after him. A few hard screens. Ed Allen sub. Take off Hoskin Elliott if no injuries midway through third. Then rest the Goey a lot forward and chuck Ed Allen in the guts. I like it. You've gone through all the permutations, haven't you, Supercoach God? You're the man. Love for Geordie to start in the middle and drift forward. I think we'll find that he plays the dusty role. He'll attend centre bounces and then roll forward. But at the same time, he hasn't even been attending many centre bounces, to be fair. The boys have been training on the Gabba all week. They have something planned defensively. Look out for it. I think the corridor will be locked down like Fort Knox. That's not putting your limbs out there, Manny. Because we saw that last week. It's not a bold prediction, is it? We don't all love Billy. Don't we all love Billy, brackets, not Frampton, Elliott? Yes? Hope he can have 4 or 5 goal game and kick the winner after siren. How fitting will that be? Love that. Would love to give them a Zach Bailey treatment. Remember that? 2021? Sorry for reminding you. Peter G says Long, 86 disposals. Dunker says Ned Long, 78 disposals. Ned Long looks like Dane Beams on roids. Does that mean is Ned Long going to get tattoos? He doesn't scream out to me to be the type of guy to have a tattoo or even get one throughout his whole life. Dunker's doubled down. He said Ned Long, 143 disposals. Steal to steal the game, says Steve-O. Lockie, what's going on, my man? Hot pies, go baby, go. Let's go. Huge. And of course, Peter G says we also love Billy Frampton. I do have an article from Code Sports about McStay. I think they interviewed him. John Ralph. Dan McStay refuses to be defined by the premiership that slipped through his fingers. He's determined not to dwell on misery and instead find joy in the smallest moments of his career at Collingwood. As the 29-year-old returns to the Gabba for Collingwood's Easter Thursday clash, McStay is in a sweet spot as Collingwood hunts for the scalp of the reigning premier. The key forward's first year at Collingwood brought a weight of expectation as a high-priced free agent whose high-grade medial ligament sprain in the preliminary final robbed him of that elusive flag. His bounce-back year saw him return at lightning speed for a finals campaign that never eventuated. Finally, in 2025, he has no distractions or injuries or setbacks. What he won't do is turn that 2023 finals injury into the defining narrative of his AFL career. McStay says, I try not to think about it. It happens every year. I feel for the guys that missed last year. If Sydney had won, it would have been Callum Mills. So there's always those stories, and unfortunately that was me, but I don't feel sorry for myself, and I hope no one does because that's footy. It's my journey, and hopefully we can see it win it this year. So players in the past for Collingwood that fit that category of missing flags through injury. Dan McStay, 2023. You could almost say Nathan Murphy to a certain extent. He only played a piece of that first quarter. 2010 guys, take me back. Who missed through injury? I know Presty and Leon Davis were dropped, but was anyone missing through injury in 2010? And if we want to go further back, what about 1990? Did anybody miss through injury then? Or were we relatively healthy? Dan says, I'm still only 29. I've still got time, especially the way the boys are playing at the moment. We feel if we bring our best with our pressure and our contests, we can match it with anyone. But we try not to live too much in the past. We're really focused on now. Like every team, we focus on the process. According to McStay, good vibes are never hard to find at Collingwood under McRae. It's just been fun. He's smiling a lot more, enjoying his footy. It's a good group to be around. Fly always tries to take the seriousness out of the game. There's so much media and so much hype, especially at Collingwood. It's a hard game to play. So anytime we can take some lightheartedness into the game and show some bloopers or whatever, all that sort of stuff just makes it fun to be around. So I don't know about you guys, but I just consume nearly zero AFL content now. I know that's is it ironic because I'm in that industry, if pretty much. What do? So on YouTube, any AFL YouTuber, SEN, the AFL channel, I just click don't recommend, unsubscribe, and I'm completely impartial and switched off from that side of things. One, because it just becomes too much for me. It's too much content, too much AFL content. I love it, but I want to protect the space that I live in right now. And that's loving and appreciating these games that we get on a weekly basis. I'll consume the Collingwood content from the Collingwood website or the Collingwood YouTube channel. But that's it. That is literally it these days. Instagram, I don't watch stories. I don't look at people's news. I'm completely just pulled away from that. And it keeps the love fresh. You know? Sometimes when you see the girl that you have lust for or you share a lust with in your early loving days, you see them too much and the lust dissipates and then it becomes mundane and then you get over it. And that's sort of like a natural process to a certain extent, but at the same time, you want to try to protect the excitement. If you just consume and you're listening to opinions of Kane Corns and everyone else in between, it just becomes repetitive and boring. And then by the time you get to the game day, you're like, oh, I'm sick of this. So that's that. McStay's much scrutinised 5-year, $3 million contract to leave the Lions now looks positively respectable compared to some of the mega deals being handed around. But as he and his partner Kelly moved south, he found the pressure to perform, if not suffocating then, at least on another level to his life off Broadway in Queensland. It probably wasn't the ideal start to my journey. There were injuries and a lot of pressure, and he had to win fans over, which is, again, it's the natural process of coming to a new club. It's a great environment. It's incredibly tough. In the northern states, when you have a bad game, you can sneak away and figure it out. You're not in the limelight, whereas at Collingwood, you're in the news every day. And again, just sort of highlights my point. Like, you just got to sort of turn a blind eye to the media. Just not Pies footy, right? This is all part of it and comes with great opportunity. A lot of guys have great deals that they can make extra money with, but it also comes with the pressures. So it's just about enjoying the moment. For a long time, you're living on potential and you have so much time left, and then you hit the point where you see the end. That's scary. Even in like life in general, when you have so much life ahead of you, and it catches up, eh? We have an amazing facility. He's got a great girlfriend who's supportive and keeps him grounded, and he's loving footy at the moment. McStay's numbers don't jump off the page. 5 goals and 32 total hit-outs across 5 games, playing alongside Cheika's memory while also being tasked as a second ruckman. Yet his continual attack on the footy to bring the Smalls into the game hasn't gone unnoticed by his teammates. And that's the thing. Like, I don't think McStay's ever been a massive stat-dominant player. It's what he does that are intangibles that keep him in the side. And then he does have that ability to pop up and present with some contested marking prowess. All right. What are we saying here? Bit off topic, but thought Hugo Hagen would be worth a dip, or is he too big a risk, says Mostradamus. A bit hard to tell without knowing what's going on in Jamara's life and what his status is at the Bulldogs. If I had to take a stab in the dark, and if you had a gun to my head, say, are you taking Jamara or not? I'd take him. Yeah, for sure. It's just too much talent to turn your back on that. Was Medhurst injured or just dropped in 2010? I'm not too sure. Sino Swooper says Alan Richardson missed in 1990. That's right. He had a cooked shoulder. I remember watching a documentary where he trained and then he missed out. BT missed because he got dropped though, didn't he, Brendan? Soul Killer says, Happy Easter, Anthony. I'm going to China on Sunday, so I won't be watching Up the Pies. All good, mate. I hope you have a good time in China. I see you got the Greek flag there, so Christos Anesti as well. Presti was injured in 2010. I thought Presti was dropped. Ron McCowan missed 1990, not picked, and Brian Taylor not picked. Yeah, Matthews belted Richardson at training, testing his shoulder. I remember that. It was in that documentary. Great documentary. Mullane, broken wrist, but played 1990. We saw that. Broken thumb, that's right, sorry. Yeah, I remember. He used to work in Huntingdale, in one of the offices / factories there, very close to where I grew up. Peter J says, remember in 2010, the talking point was Josh Fraser missing out playing in both grand finals. Devastating for Big Josh after being a long 7. It's tough, but he's still here. So that's good. He's still at the club. No way he's a risk. He's an imbecile. Not good for our culture and money. I mean, you can make that argument. What if he comes good? He's still young. Medhurst wasn't picked. Okay. That's all right, Shane. BT's knees were cooked. Yeah, his AFL career fizzled out shortly after that and went to the VFA, didn't he? Presti disclosed he was a risk. Interesting. Yeah, okay. There you go. He pulled out himself. That's a man for the club. Anything from Twitter regarding the sub? Let's check. Nothing here yet. Nothing here. 11 AFL listed pies set for Good Friday VFL footy. We'll have a look at that a little bit later. Not right now. Let's go to the AFL website. What's cooking? Latest fixture. First v fourth. No sub yet. No sub announced just yet. No sub announced just yet. BT Malacca was writing a diary bagging Lethal because he couldn't get a game. all the best, Sulk. Hey, all the best with your proposal, mate. I'm sure she'll say yes. You're Greek and you go for Collingwood. How could she say no? All the best, mate. I wish you well. I wish you well. Come on, give us the sub. Give us the sub. Come on. Still nothing. You guys seeing anything yet? I've got nothing on my end, guys. You got anything, any intel? I'll take it back, Manny. I'll save it for Kiriaki. I hope we're not in lazy mode as they have had a kind of getaway holiday up there. I think sometimes that taps you in a little bit more when you're away from your family. When you're away from your family and you're amongst a lot of testosterone, surrounded by the lads, I think sometimes that locks you in even more. A lot of fighters in the UFC, they spend extended periods of time away in their fight camps from their family so they can lock in. So you're in China, Sino Super. Do you live there? Are you on holiday? Spook, let's go flag pies. Wish Soul Killer well. Come on. Wish him well. He's proposing to his missus in China. Put something in the chat for him. Wish him all the best. Let's go. Come on. Cox isn't named for the VFL. I think because he's an emergency. So he's in Brisbane right now. He won't be able to make it to... No, Anthony, all players have family with them. All of them? Have they taken all their families? I know some players actually trained with the VFL squad yesterday, like Howie and a couple others. Rumours Cox is playing? Come on, where are these rumours coming from, Peter? Come on. Where are these rumours coming from? Oh, Cox is in. Lockie Sullivan out. Okay. Mason Cox in. Jordan De Goey in. Tim Membry and Lockie Sullivan out. What is going on here? Chaos. What's the go with this? What's happening? Any news? Let me see if there's any update on the AFL website. Nothing. That's interesting. Sub is Allen, apparently. Where are you guys seeing this? I'm on Twitter. I'm on the AFL app. Lineup. I can't see where the sub is. Well, Ed Allen's not in the interchange, so naturally he would be seen as the sub then. Okay. Lockie Sullivan put into the emergency list. So I don't know what they've done there. Maybe he's injured, maybe he's ill. That's unfortunate for him though. Yeah, sub Ed Allen and sub Sam Marshall. So what's going on? I need to know what's happened here. Interesting. Righto. Late change, okay. We lacked height up forward, so it makes sense. So they end up to go tall. You got a text Cox was playing? Well, he certainly is, Peter. Interesting. Mason Cox is out, MD, and Mason Cox is in, and Lockie Sullivan is out. De Goey in, Membry out. Big Mason Cox. Here we go. Come on now. Interesting. How many goals is Coxie kicking? Maybe they want to outwork the Big O. The Big O in a ruck. What have you say about that? All right. Anyways, guys, I'm going to head over to my family's house and watch the game. and we'll see you for the post-game show. If you guys are here and you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the stream, consider subscribing, leave a like, and we'll see you guys at around 10:50, 11 p.m.